Hero.
Service. Honor.
Pride.
Honorable. Courage.
Stoic.
Said goodbye to their families.
Sacrifice. Saluting.
The American flag.
Patriotic.
Many of them did not return.
Uniform. Respect.
I can't help but think of POWs.
Dedication.
Freedoms.
Laid it on the line.
Responsibility.
I can't help but think of missing in action. And we have to keep the faith and hope that they will return.
I think about the men I've met over my 30-plus years as chaplain at Chippewa Manor. When I first started here, it was interesting because some of the veterans that I met were World War I veterans. One in particular was a man who had fought in the trenches in France, had experienced the whole mustard gas attacks. Another fellow I met was a rifleman and who was wounded, shot in the face, and had his jaw blown away and had it reconstructed with vulcanized rubber. I mean, these were men who had laid it on the line as young men.
Still remember coming back from overseas, and of course they play Lee Greenwood song, and it really stirs a little bit of a feeling, you know, when you're gone for a length of time like that, and then you're coming back to stateside, and you really appreciate, you know, everything that we have in this country. You can't appreciate what we have until you've been elsewhere.
Veterans Day allows a free people to say thank you to men and women who, whether willingly or unwillingly, took time out of their lives to serve a larger cause.
Honoring those that served our country, that were in our nation's uniforms.
Celebrating the ones who have died and served for us.
Honoring and saying thank you to the veterans who have served.
We are remembering those folks, also those that are here with us, and trying to give our thanks to them for what they gave in their service in our country.
We're honoring people that have served for our country, to serve for our freedom and our flag, everything that it represents.
This is the one day of the year that, you know, we set aside just to honor our veterans, basically so we don't forget.
What we're doing is we're taking a moment in all of our busy lives that we don't always reflect on what is significant, what's important, and as a country, hopefully collectively, but in the least as an individual, to take a step back, to pause, and to truly think about the sacrifices that others made for us to be here.
Because they sacrifice a lot for us to be free in America. It's the best way to thank people. If we never honored them or recognized them, there would be no other sufficient way for us to show them we care and are thankful for everything that they did.
It matters because we will take for granted the freedoms we have, the freedoms that early on were won for us, but over the years have been maintained for us. And it's important we don't forget that.
Those men and women that choose to do that, you know, they're doing it for all of us. They're doing it for me, they're doing it for my children, my family, friends, everyone in our country. So it's very important. They themselves in harm's way to protect us.
And as an organization, we want to make sure that we know their sacrifices, that they know we know their sacrifices, and that we honor that.
If we never thanked them, they would never know how much we truly appreciate it.
It's a constant memorial, where you don't get so busy with your normal life that you forget about what others have done.
Because without them, we wouldn't be where we are.
It's a chance to remember. It's a chance to tell our stories again.
We have a lot to be thankful for, those veterans that serve for our country.
Thank you doesn't seem to be enough for all that they've done for us and sacrificed. So I think it's another way that we can try to express our appreciation.
Our Veterans Day celebration has really become our signature event. We have a lot of things going on here, but when it comes to Veterans Day, the whole town knows that you can go to Chippewa Manor because they're going to honor the veterans.
I feel it's great that the effort that they put into our Veterans Salute, the flags that we put out front, and what they represent, the turnout that we get, it's emotional to see all the guys all the stuff that they've done, for our country. It's something else.
For us that have not been through that, it brings it more to a reality. It's an awesome thing to have the flyover of the planes going over top of the building. Gives you goosebumps just kind of thinking about that.
I think about those stories that they've shared when they're comfortable doing that, and these stories leave you speechless and really hit home.
You get a proud feeling, a very emotional feeling when you're part of it, and I think we celebrate it because over the years we've cared for many veterans. We have a lot of employees who are veterans, and it's just a way to honor and say thank you to all of them for that.
I'm so proud that we really do all out, and it's a nice community event that people can come in and also enjoy it with us. It's been awesome.
Proud to work here for that, and to see the people that do come and to listen to some of their stories. It's amazing, and things that I have never had when I was growing up that I never knew. It was amazing to hear all the stories, and I would wish I could sit down for hours.
I'm very proud of what we do here for the veterans, not only the ones that live on our campus, but also for the community. The stories that they tell are really interesting. I like that we, tell their stories, and sometimes we even have it in, a paper format for other people to read, like the clients that we care for in the skilled nursing, to walk into a room and to see that. It gives you a different perspective on the type of person they are.
Our Veterans Day Salute has been, from the first year that we hosted it, an extremely moving event. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and the people that do the work for that, it really shows because it makes a lasting impact.
It's often said that freedom does not come cheap, and our American journey is a living testimony. Since its founding, America has spent its treasure, its limbs, and its lives preserving freedom as an inalienable right. And while there has not always been universal agreement that the cause was just, those who serve have almost always been mighty proud to have been part of something bigger than themselves. We celebrate Veterans Day to honor those men and women who serve our country and preserve our freedoms. Some of us celebrate because we remember precious loved ones or dear friends. We reflect on their memories and we honor their lives. In times of conflict, citizens have rallied together to support the men and women called to serve, to defend, and protect our country and the freedoms and values we cherish. The price for freedom has been paid in bloodshed, lives lost, and lasting scars to those who return home. For their sacrifice, we remember. For these that have sacrificed so much so that we may live in peace, holding on to our faith and freedom, we pause and we say thank you. Regardless of race, color, or creed, or which war or battle they were engaged, their service deserves our gratitude and appreciation. They deserve to be remembered and celebrated. They are forever our veterans and deserve a day of celebration honoring them all.
Just like to say thanks to everyone else that's served, from wartime to peacetime. A thank you to all the fellow veterans and for what you've given for this country.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for keeping us safe and serving our country.
Thank you for your service.
I would just like to say thank you for everything. Thank you for serving our country and for keeping our families safe.
Thank you so much for your service. It is incredibly appreciated.
Thank you, veterans, for all that you do for us. Thank you doesn't seem like quite enough, but it's very heartfelt.
Thank you so much for serving our country. I can't say it any better than that.
So thank you for all you've given and done.